I still remember a couple of months ago when there were a bunch of rumors coming around basically saying that Elon Musk was going to go and buy Twitter. And a lot of people just didn't believe it. We thought it was just people making stuff up and we just moved on with our day. Well, I was absolutely surprised when, well, it was true because Elon Musk did buy Twitter and this was an extremely big deal. A lot of people were talking about it because just suddenly out of nowhere, Twitter just got a brand new CEO and we were just very curious to see what's going to happen. Now, when this news first came out, you had really two reactions on Twitter. One side of people who were thinking it was absolutely over. They were running and screaming and basically saying we have to evacuate and go somewhere else. You even had some people considering going back to Tumblr, which I have absolutely no clue. Why would you do something like that? Where if you really just want to leave Twitter and still get the same experience, just go on Reddit. And then you had the complete other side and a lot of people basically saying that absolutely nothing was going to change at all. That's even something that I said. Because Twitter seems to be very successful. It looks like they're making a lot of money because they exist for an extremely long time. So a lot of people just came down to the conclusion that why would you change anything? You basically go into your brand new office and just go like, hey team, you know the thing that you were doing? Just continue doing that. There's really no reason for you to change. And that's basically what we thought was going to happen, but we were absolutely wrong because Twitter has drastically changed. And I remember when this purchase ended up first happening, I ended up saying that I was going to go and basically review Twitter. I was going to wait a couple of months and see how different Twitter really is, to see if it became better, to see if it became worse. And now I'm here to go and talk about it. Now, one thing that has completely not changed about Twitter at all easily has to be the Twitter users. The main reason why a lot of people don't like Twitter and the reason why a lot of people say it sucks isn't really because of the app. It has to just be the users on it. I think we all seen the memes, and everyone who's been on Twitter, you know this is a place where a bunch of absolutely unhinged people go on the internet, and a place where tons of stupid people go on Twitter and just says the dumbest things of all time. But that's really a 50-50. It's like a double-edged sword, because one side of it is absolutely enjoyable and amazing. I think we have all seen people like this, but basically people where their whole existence is on Twitter. That's literally the only thing they value about it, and the only thing that gives these people self-worth is rather how much followers they have, or the fact that one of their tweets ended up going viral once. And this is the only thing that matters of them. People who are literally so addicted that, like, if Twitter ended up shutting down for a couple of hours, they literally have absolutely no clue what to do with themselves. I always say the best way to use Twitter is you don't tweet, you don't comment, you don't even like, you just sit down and watch. It's like seeing a dumpster fire. You have people arguing over the dumbest things of all time. One of my favorite things to do is when, let's say someone says a tweet, they're like talking about like XQC said something, or like some Pokemon drama, is that you go in the comment sections and you click the read more feature. It's literally like a Wikipedia article of people talking about something that makes absolutely no sense, just to see that only 30 people have seen it and no one liked it at all. But you know for a fact that was the most entertaining time of that person's life. I basically compare it to like the Genshin Impact community, because that's something that I always talk about a lot, how they're literally a group of people where I swear people in that community has more of a connection to a fictional character like Ganyu than to literally any single person they have ever met in their whole life, because that's literally all they have. And Twitter is like that basically with their users, and there's a lot of people like that. Other than that, a lot of other things has changed. Now, one thing that a lot of people are going to mention when they talk about new Twitter easily has to be Twitter Blue. Twitter Blue is still an extremely useless purchase, and I have absolutely no reason why you will go and buy something like that. Twitter Blue only has two good things that ever came from it. Number one, it's very easy to find stupid people. As I said, one of the best part about Twitter are those people who are chronically online, and they basically make Twitter their whole life and their whole identity. They're most likely someone who's dumb enough to go and buy Twitter Blue. So for me to find people going on absolutely dumb rants and talking about stupid things is very easy for me to find now, because they most likely are buying Twitter Blue because their Twitter account is the only thing that gives them self-worth. So it's very easy to find people say dumb things. And second, when Twitter Blue first launched, and for some weird reason Elon didn't do what he did now, where basically there's a lot of different check marks now, like how if you're a company you have a golden check mark and you're a square. When Twitter Blue first launched, it wasn't like that. So tons of people just bought Twitter Blue fake to be companies and literally made them lose thousands of dollars, and it was absolutely hilarious. Those are the only two good things that came from Twitter Blue. Other than that, it's just an absolute absolutely worthless purchase, and it still just shows to me that Twitter is just desperate for money, and they still want to make as much money as possible. I forgot to bring this up, so I'm just gonna say it now. Easily one of the best new features that Twitter has added is allowing you to see how much views a tweet gets. This is so good, and it's also extremely funny if you're seeing someone like comment thousands of times, and then you check that they only get like 10 views, so they're actually just speaking to the void and no one is listening to them. And you also get to see if one tweet actually goes extremely viral, and you see how much people are seeing it and looking into it. Easily one of the most like best quality of life decisions ever made. I just still think it's crazy that like you can make this ginormous change, like completely change your UI and completely change how your website looks, but the change that will always be like appreciated the most will be something super tiny, like allowing you to see how much views a tweet gets. But the main big change that I end up realizing easily has to be the brand new For You page. Back then, I used to really like the For You page because it used to be a good 50-50. You will see new accounts and accounts that you've never seen before, and you will also see accounts that you follow, which I think is something that's really good because I think about the For You kind of like a recommendation. You know, it gives you brand new tweets of stuff that you want to see. But for some weird reason, ever since Elon ended up taking the lead, the For You page for me has been extremely garbage. And I have just been wondering, hey, this could just be me. You know, the recommendation system could be different for every single other person. It seems like it's not, as there are a lot of people who have a lot of complaints. But for some weird reason, for a very long time, a lot of people were just getting recommended videos of just people in street fights or videos of people getting severely injured, which made absolutely no sense to me because I didn't want to see that at all. When I'm on Twitter, I want to see dumb people argue, not just some random street fight in like the UK or something. I don't want to go and see that, but the recommendation kept on pumping that down people's throat, and it made literally absolutely no sense. Now, thankfully, this stopped. I really don't see that anymore, which I'm extremely grateful that that's over, but it was like that for an extremely long time. For like a couple of months, it was just these absolute crazy videos that me and a lot of other people didn't want to see. Another problem I have with the For You page now is that you just don't see people that you follow anymore. Like, I follow a tons of other people on my Twitter account, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't even see half of them at all because they literally just don't show up. Most of the time, the For You page is just giving me stuff that I don't look at all. Like, sometimes I'll just be getting filled to the brim with cats or dog video. I don't really care to see any of these videos. And another thing too, just a bunch of meme accounts are being absolutely forced down your throats. Like accounts like Human Race out of content, and it's just a bunch of people sharing the literal exact same memes over and over again, and they're literally everywhere. Okay, yeah, it's funny at first, but now this is literally all you see, and I'm not even following these accounts either, and they're not even something that I really want to watch most of the time, so I don't know why they keep on shoving it down your throat. You just don't see the people that you follow anymore, and this is still something that I don't like. I feel like Twitter back then, it was a good 50-50 of you seeing basically every post of people that you follow, and also you seeing new Twitter accounts, because I do want to see new accounts, and now I have to go on like the follow page, actually see the accounts that I follow, which is just something that I just didn't have to do back then. And I used to think this is something that was only me, because I was like, well, only me who has to deal with this, is probably just my recommendations, it's fine for everyone else. There are a lot of people who go and complain about these things, so I know this is like one problem. I truly think this is the worst that Twitter has been, but I feel like it's going to change down the line, that I don't think it's going to be like this for an extremely long time. Anyway, this is my extremely bad review on how Twitter is. My name is Lua. You have a good day or night. See you.